Welcome to Coach Cook's podcast. I hope you had a magnificent day. I hope you had a very promising day. Most importantly, I hope you had a fantastic day and you were kind to yourself and you said nothing but good things to yourself and about yourself. Without further ado, first of all, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for your time out of your taking the time out of your busy life to come and share with me. Second of all, I want to thank you for just hitting that like button, making a comment, and I want to thank you in advance for sharing this out. If you have not if you have not made a comment, if you have not hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button and also share this out with as many people as possible. I am Coach Cook. I am your trusted name in life coaching. They said, Coach, what makes you
We L.
they said, Coach, what makes you so trusted?
They said, Coach, what makes you so a trusted name in life coaching? What makes you a trusted name in life coaching? Number one, because I lived what I talk about. That's number one. Number two, I went to school. I went to school for what I do. So this is not one of those self-proclaimed. I woke up yesterday and I went to school. As a matter of fact, I was here and I was in Maryland and I would drive down to Virginia, stay in a hotel because that was where the classes were. That's the school I went to in Virginia. Thirdly, what makes me, what makes me a life coach and what makes me so trusted? Look at my track record. My track record speaks for itself. My track record speaks for itself. So without further ado, I don't want to know. I'm not here to tell you that. But I am here to let you know that we are connected. So you can go ahead and hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that follow button, and go ahead and comment and share this. Without further ado, I want to go to part two. The other day we talked about why men cheat. The other day we talked about why men cheat. And I wanted to do a part two as to why they cheat. Because I always get this question. And the last time we conversed, I believe that I did a disservice and that I only gave you a few reasons. I only gave you a few reasons as to why they cheat. But I want to continue. I want to continue to tell you about why men cheat, and I want to dissect it. And this will be the last time this will be the last time that we converse on it. This will be the last time that we converse on it. The last time. The mic is messed up. Y'all can't hear me?
You said my mic is messed up.
I hope you have your water.
You said my mic is messed up. Hold on. It's good now. Can you hear me, y'all? I'm good, Jose. How does everything sound now? Am I good? Does it sound better, Jose? I'm good? Okay. So the critical question is, and then we'll dive into, okay, thank you. And then we will dive into why women cheat. But for this particular segment, I want to talk about why men cheat. I want to talk about why men cheat. So we talked about sometimes men cheat because their level of maturity hasn't caught up with their age. What does that mean? That you can have a man that's 40 years old, but their level of maturity functions at a 25-year-old level or 20-year-old level. And so you can have a grown man that their boundaries never matured, their discipline never matured, and their lifestyle never matured. What do I mean by that? That they're not living life carefully through the lenses of what if I go out here and I get an STD? And I'm not talking about a sexually transmitted disease, but I'm talking about a spiritually transmitted disease. What if I go out here, what if I go out here and I mess up my whole life behind an affair? Yeah, that's why you see a Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, he gave away $200 million and he lost his place in the rankings, lost a whole lot of endorsements. That's why you see Michael Jordan. At the time, Michael Jordan had one of the biggest divorces ever in U.S. history. His wife at the time got away with $300 million. That's why you see Bill Gates. Bill Gates' wife, listen to this, Bill Gates' wife left with $30 billion. That's why you see Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, the owner of Amazon, the owner of Amazon got away, and now she's giving out so much money. She's giving out so much money. She just gave away $350 million. So you have a whole lot of people that their finances grew, their popularity grew, but the essence of who they are didn't grow. They never matured to the level of their success. And thus, that's why you have a whole lot of people out here. They look the part. Can we go deep? They look the part. They walk the part. And they talk the part. But their insides never match up to the part. I am telling you, we wonder why men cheat. It's because of their level of maturity. We talked about that. The second reason why men cheat is because of what they see themselves, how they see themselves. Yeah, so do me a favor, go ahead and like this out. We're going to get deep right around here. How they see themselves, their self-perception, how they govern themselves, their self-love. Why do men cheat? What is it about it? Because it's the eyes of the Bible says that people mess up for three reasons. People mess up for three reasons. It's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. These are the three reasons why people mess up. It's the lust of the flesh. They have a desire. They have a yearning. They gotta have it. They want to be seen. It's the lust of the eyes. When they envision something, it's gotta be theirs. They either become envious because they want it. They want to be more successful than that person, or they have the lust of the eyes. Why? Because they want to be so elevated. They want people to worship them. And it's the pride of life. When your ego becomes your lead or your example. Three things: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And so that's why you have so many people out here failing, because they want to be seen. You have so many people out here succumbing, SUCCUMBING. They're succumbing to things because of the pride of life, because they want to win the argument. They don't want to be seen as weak. They don't want to be seen as powerless. So they will stay there. They'll stay there and argue with you until they win, until you retreat. And let me put a pin right here, because somebody needs to hear this. True power is not when you stay there. True power is when you can walk away from something. That's true power. It's not when you stay there. I'm going somewhere. Stick with me. When you go back and forth, That's not true power. True power is when you can walk away from the thing that doesn't help your tomorrow. My grandmother once told me, Viv, and I need somebody to hear this. My grandmother once told me, my grandmother said that if you argue, my grandmother said that if you argue with a clown, if you argue with a clown and somebody sees you from a mile away, they won't know the difference. Let me say that again. If you argue with a clown and somebody sees you a mile away, they won't know the difference. Why is that true? Because arguing with people that's not on your level, arguing with people that doesn't help your future, arguing with people that means absolutely nothing, that never amounts to anything, it's nothing but the pride of life. That's why you find men cheating, and that's why you find women fighting each other. Yeah, that's why you find women fighting each other. Let's go a little bit deeper. There are three elements in how we get here. We're talking about cheating, and I'm gonna lead up to it. There are three elements and why we get here. Why is it that men cheat? I want to feed it to you. I want to give it to you. Three elements that will show a person's character. The first is when you put money in front of a person. When you put money in front of a person, it will reveal who they are. So anytime you have somebody that steals, anytime you have somebody that scams, anytime you have somebody that cheats, it's the money didn't do it, their character did it. So you put money in front of a person, it will tell you who you have in front of you. It will tell their true character. The second thing is that if you put power in front of it, put power in front of a person, it'll show you who they are. Thus, that's why you have the president acting the way he acts. You put money in front of him. And now you have a president that has made $3.1 billion in a year, more than he's ever made in his entire life. Thus, you put power in front of somebody. You have a president who berates people, who starts wars. You have a president who's so disrespectful and he scams. You put power in front of them. And so you have all of these people, it revealed their character. Let's go a little bit deeper. You put sex in front of a person. I'm giving you the three elements and I want you to use it. So the first is money. The first is money. The second is power. And the third is that when you put sex in front of a person, when you put sex in front of a person, it reveals who they really are. When you put sex in front of a person, it reveals who they really are. How is that, Cook? How does it reveal who they really are? Because it reveals who they are when nobody is looking. The elements, the essence is the substance of a person's character is not who they are when they're with you. We talk about, oh, my girlfriend is loyal. My man is loyal. Everybody wants to say that. But their loyalty is only as good as when they're in front of you. There's no determining factor unless you walk around with them 24 hours a day, unless you be there with them, unless you're hanging out with them, unless you have a microphone and a camera with them 24 hours a day. There's nothing that you can measure a person's loyalty. So it's three things. You put power in front of them. You put money in front of them. And you put sex in front of them. And that will reveal who you're dating. That will reveal the person that you marry. Once you put that in front of them, then you'll have this, then you'll see the sum total. You'll see the total character of the person you have. And let me just pause right here because I'm going to say something that may be a little uncomfortable. I want to say something around here that may be a little uncomfortable, but it's needed. That's why you can't have, that's why I don't believe that you can have men can have female best friends. You heard what I said. That's why women can't have male best friends. That's why your ex can't be your best friend. I get it. You out here, so many people out here perpetrating pink and they acting naive. They want to act a pink. They out here acting naive, acting like they don't know what the heck is going on. Oh, that's been my bestie for 20 years. I'm telling you straight up, he's been plotting for 20 years. He's been waiting for you to be weak for 20 years. He's been waiting for an opportunity to strike for 20 years. I am telling you, men are savages. We don't have no shame at times. We call it taking one for the team. And so you have somebody, you have men, listen to me, you have men that's lurking. And you have women that's so desperate to say that they got a male as a best friend. They say that, oh, I got a male because it makes them look good. It makes them feel good. And so you had, because they say, oh, a woman will come up to a man and say, oh, I have more male friends than females. I don't have any female friends, but I got a whole bunch of male friends. And they think it sounds cute. There's nothing cute about that. That's the biggest turnoff to a man. I'm going to get to why men cheat, but let me vent for a second. I am telling you, for all of you out there, and you want to go out here and you falling for the okie doke. You falling for the okie doke when you go out here and you meet somebody, and then all of a sudden you want to date that person, and they tell you that their friend or their ex is their best friend. Get out of here. Their friend is their ex-friend, or you want to, and you falling for it, and you're like, oh, okay, you got a lot of female friends. Okay, you got a lot of male friends. Oh, that's my bestie calling. Your bestie is waiting for the opportunity. The critical question that a lot of people have to ask themselves is that if you are alone with him, because I'm sick and tired of everybody, all of these men out here, they falling for it. And all of these women out here. All of the men out here, they're falling for it. And all of the women out here, they're falling for it. I am telling you that you cannot have a male as a best friend. You can't. And I put, listen to me, I put my life coaching on it. I put my license on that. And you got to stop accepting people that if they tell you when you come to them and you meet somebody and you converse with that person and that person tells you that they got a male best friend, bye. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. You meet a guy and that guy tells you that his baby mother, they cool now, they tight and all of that. She still come over from time to time, or they still hang out from time to time. You cannot fall for it. Sometimes we can get so, hey, Kevon, sometimes we can get so blindsided because either we haven't dated in a while, because we've been single for so long, and we think that time is running out for us, or this person looks so good that we gotta have them, that we're willing to sacrifice our level of discernment. We're willing to sacrifice our level of rationality. And we're willing to give up all of the red flags for one thing, because they look good and because they smell good, or they got a nice shape, or he got a nice height. No, you doing too much. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was interested in, I never forget, right, Kevon, I was really interested in this person, and I was really interested in this person, right? And the person was like, they said that their best friend is a male. Listen to me. I'm out here giving her, husband type attention. Like I'm giving her a husband, like I'm really interested in this person. I'm giving her husband attention. She says that she got a best friend that's a male. I ain't like that. I don't want to talk to you now, but I kept going. Oh yeah, Evangelist, I kept going. She said he come over whenever he want. And I kept going. He get it whenever he want. I can't go. I am telling you, there has to be, hey Evangelist, there has to be a point where your level of discernment is acted upon. I need y'all to put amen in the chat right around here. Where your level of discernment is acted upon. We always put our discernment on the side. No, God gave you discernment. God gave you discernment. God gave you wisdom. God gave you strength. But we put it in the back pocket. Baby, I promise you, a lot of people, hey, Troy, a lot of people, listen to me. A lot of people would have, a lot of people would have, I need y'all to get this, be in a better position. You would be in a better position if you lose your level of discernment. God gave it to you. God gave it to you. You are quality. God gave you quality. And if God gives you quality, if God created you in quality, he made you quality, then you should be dating quality. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about why men cheat. I'm ready to get to why men cheat, but I got to get this off my chest. You have to use your level of discernment. You have to want the best for yourself. You have to date the best. You have to be the best. You can't keep accepting scraps. I see so many people. It's going to get good around here. I see so many people dating less than themselves. Tolerating less than themselves. I see so many people going out and accepting less than themselves. Why? Because they have created an image in their mind. This is what I can handle. So what they do is that they go out and only date what they can handle, and what they're handling and what they're dating is really connected to how they envision themselves. Most people should be dating somebody that is going to mature them or help them mature, that's going to help them grow. that's going to help them become better. But we settle for so much less. I am telling you, I told you before when I first started talking, I told y'all before when I first started talking about it, there is no such thing as a man being a woman's best friend. I hope y'all got that point. And there's no such thing as a woman being a man's best friend. A man is lurking, because you got to ask yourself the question, and I want y'all to use this the next time somebody come at you with this. I want y'all to use this. If you have to ask the person this, and if they tell you this, you don't even challenge it. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you can. If you didn't have any clothes on, and you and him was in the same room, and you tell him that you want him, would he say no? 99.9% of the time, he's not going to say no. 99.9% of the time, he's not going to say no. But yet we fall for it. Baby, you got to want better. And you have to be able to turn down your plate. When somebody, listen to me, I'm telling you, I can't tell you enough. I can't tell you enough how many of us can avoid heartbreak if we just turn down our plate. Let me say it to you again. I can't tell you enough how many of us would avoid heartbreak if we just let that ship sail. Yeah, Pink. If we just let that ship sail, I promise you, you would avoid heartbreak. Everybody doesn't deserve what's in you. So why would you give away what's in you? Or why would you give somebody access to what's in you? Everybody doesn't want to be in a relationship. Some people like situationships. I'm going to talk about why men cheat, but I wanted to unpack before I get there. I wanted to unpack that. I gave you the 3 reasons when we first started. I talked about how to reveal a person's character. I said what? I said, if you put sex in front of a person. I said, if you put power in front of a person. And I said, if you put money in front of a person. That's the 3 things that reveals a person's character. What makes a person what makes a person go the wrong path. I'm going to tell you what makes them do stupid stuff, or what makes a person try life is when it's the lust of the flesh, it's the lust of the eyes, and it's the pride of life. Those are the 3 things. The next thing that we talked about, and I'm ready to go there. The next thing that we talked about is that we talked about one of the biggest turnoffs. One of the biggest tools that you have that most people don't use is their level of discernment. What is your spirit saying to you? Sometimes we continue to try to prove ourselves. Nene, listen to me. We try to prove that we're qualified to take care of a person, to love a person. And they done already friend zoned you. I can't tell you. I was following this one guy. I was studying this one guy's interaction. Everywhere he goes, he's like a lady. I like to study people and study people so that I can look at their traits and so on and so forth. And I'm a statistics person. So everybody is following this guy around. And he's showing them that he only friend zones them. And he just wants them for one thing. And they still are attracted. He blatantly tells them that. He has videos of him dating this. He has videos of what he's doing, of showing up. And he's revealing to them. and they don't care because they just want a piece. How many times have we fell for just wanting a piece, just wanted to be held for the moment, just wanted to be loved for the moment, just wanted some attention for the moment, when there's somebody out there that wants to give you attention for a lifetime? Yeah. I'm telling you before I get into it, I don't know what made me go off on this tangent, but I hope it blessed you. I don't know what made me go off on this tangent, but I hope it blessed you because I didn't want to go too deep. But I am telling you, it's high time, not just from a relationship perspective, but from a life's perspective. God gave you wisdom. You have what it takes. Your mindset is strong. You're powerful. But we only, and I talked about this, we only date how we see ourselves. We only date how we see ourselves. We date, most people date at the level they're on. So you see somebody out here and you wonder how he get her, or you see somebody out here and you're wondering how did he position that, or how did she position that? It's not him, how he did it. It's actually her, how she did it. She could look like Beyonce, and he be a bum. Well, he just comes through whenever he wants. It's not him, it's her. It's her. Right around here. If you're on any of the platforms that I'm talking about, I'm on all of the platforms that I am here. I'm asking you to go ahead and share this out with as many people as possible. Share this out. Do me a favor. I am Coach Cook. I am your trusted name in life coaching. Go ahead and hit that follow button on my YT channel, all of my channels that here. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Also, do me a favor. Make sure that you look at my other videos. Make sure that you look at my other videos as I talk about all things in life. All things in life. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Before I continue, I want to take a point of privilege to thank each and every one of you for coming on and taking a moment and spending with me. You could have been anywhere around the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. I'm telling you, listen to me. I'm telling you that in order to get ahead in life, in order to succeed, you have to use your level of discernment. Listen to me, I have absolutely no drama. I ain't got no drama in my life. None. I may got issues. It's a difference. And why is that, Cook? Because when I see it coming, I don't play with it. I don't try to rationalize it. I just say it. I put it in two categories. Does this help me get me where I'm going at? Or does it keep me where I'm at? Let me say it to you again. Does this help me get where I want y'all to use this math. It's subtraction. It's easy subtraction and multiplication. Does this help me get to where I'm going? When somebody comes into your life, do they help get you to where you're going, or do they keep you stuck? If they keep you stuck, they're not for you. You showed up for them. You showed them your energy. You showed them that you showed them that you had a level of interest. You tried to show up. And if they want to keep you, if they don't want to elevate, they don't want to elevate. There's always somebody that would love to be in your space. There's always somebody that wants to do business with you. There's always a job that wants to hire you. And that's how you have to think. There's always somebody that wants you in their life. And you got to be choosy. You got to be picky. Yeah. If that person, if the job, if the opportunity is for you and it's going to get you from, it's going to grow you and it's going to mature you, you multiply that. But if it takes away after you've shown who you are, you disregard it. You disregard it. It no longer, thank you, baby. It no longer holds a position. It no longer has an opportunity. It no longer has an opportunity. I can't tell you how many times I've turned down my plate. I can't tell you how many times I've turned down my plate. Why? Because my plate is full of healthy health. My plate in life is full of things that's going to grow me. And the critical question I have to ask each and every one of you, what's on your plate right now? Who's in your life? Are they going to grow? Are they growing you? Or are they keeping you stuck? When somebody, Maya Angelou said this, and I want to give it to you. When somebody shows you who they are the first time, you believe it. You can't keep creating an image of who they are. I can't tell you how many times that I fell for the okie doke. And I don't want you to fall for the okie doke. I can't tell you how many times I put forth my best effort. I'm ready to close on my platforms. I'm ready to close I'm ready to close. And I'll finish where I mentioned. I don't know what made me go on this tangent. But I hope it blessed you because I did go a little bit deep and I hope you were able to sustain it. But I'm asking that you comment, that you share, that you hit that follow button and that you share this with as many people as possible. Look at all of my videos on my YT channel. Look at all my videos. But I got to give you this before I close, and I want to share this with you. I can't tell you how many times I've given my best, but my best wasn't good enough. Why is that, Cook? Because you recognized as your best. They recognized it. They recognized it as nothing. I can't tell you how many times throughout my years that I've given my very best. And there's somebody out here, you giving your very best to people. You recognized that it was your best. They didn't recognize that it was your best because your best wasn't familiar. Your best was, listen to me, your best was strange. I am telling you as I close this, I'm gonna close and I'll talk to you. I'll talk about it tomorrow. At a certain point in life, you have to hit a reset button. The one thing about the Jewish tradition is that for 25 hours in a week, they do a hard reset. It's called Shabbat. One thing about Jewish culture, from Friday sundown all the way up until Saturday, all throughout Saturday, they don't text, There's no television. There's no email. There's no nothing, no electronics. That's nothing. They don't do anything. Why? Because they do a reset. They don't care what happens because they're caring about a hard reset in their life. And I am closing with this. I'm pleading with you. One of the things that I had to do was do a reset. I had to look at the landscape of my life and do a reset because I wanted to know, and I'm talking from a dating perspective, why am I giving husband energy to people who can't even handle it, who's used to getting situationship energy? I can't tell you how many times it has happened. You know why? Because I went after, listen to me, at the time, I was dating people at the level I saw myself. Let me tie it all together. I know I said a lot. You have to look at yourself differently. You have to do a hard reset and find out what you like about yourself, what your own likes and dislikes are. What do you like about yourself? What do you like about you? Besides, you like your hair. Besides, you like your nails. Besides, you like your, what do you like about yourself? And I'm not talking about the external. I'm talking about the internal. It's time to do a hard reset. I was all over the place. And I wasn't expecting this to come out like this, but it was necessary. I guess I hope God was using me. I know he was. I didn't even have this in my notes. This was actually, I wasn't even going to come on at all on none of these platforms. But, they was telling me that I should come on. My friends was telling me I should come on, and I came on. So hopefully you was able to use this. Hopefully you were able to use this. From a relationship perspective, we talked about no more dating people who said that their girlfriend, no more dating people who has opposite sex best friends. We talked about that. We talked about dating, no more dating people who has opposite sex best friends. We also talked about the level of maturity. I gave you some concrete examples. We also talked about discernment. We also talked about why people fall in certain predicaments. We also talked about loving yourself. We also talked about reset, and we also talked about how to elevate. No more giving out wifey. No more giving out wifey energy. Exactly, Evangelist. No more wifey energy. Stop giving out wifey energy. Stop giving out husband energy. People got to work for that. No more coming off the cuff. No more trying to prove yourself. None of that. They got to work for that. If they don't know, if a person doesn't treasure, you and you're liking them, they can never trust. I like how I'm going to say this. Hold up. If a person doesn't like you, it doesn't treasure, or if a person doesn't treasure you liking them, they can never treasure you loving them. If a person never treasures you liking them, if they don't appreciate your liking them, they'll never appreciate you loving them. If a person doesn't appreciate how you treat them, your kindness, the attention that you're giving them, you going out your way. If they don't appreciate you, if they can't appreciate that in the embryonic stage, in the infancy of it. Once you take that placenta off, and they got to breathe on their own. Once you take the placenta off of of your kindness and your liking, and you giving away good attention, and you're making preparation for them, if they can't appreciate that, baby, why are you going to still mess with them? Why? No, we ain't doing that. Cut all access off. Why you still want to deal? Well, I just don't understand. Why do we still deal with? Why in 2026 are people still dealing with less than them? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. It's called social media. It's called social media. Social media and social media. Listen to me, and I don't want social media and what's the name of that? And COVID damaged a lot of people. Social media and COVID damaged a lot of people. It's how they changed their self-perception. But I ain't gonna get into all that. Like, comment, share. Baby, I love y'all. Thank y'all for spending time with me. Thank y'all for spending time with me today. I so appreciate you. I'll come back on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Same Cook time, same Cook channel. I'm Coach Cook across all platforms. You see it, whatever platform that you're looking at me on, you see it. Make sure that you comment, like, and comment. I love you. Thank you.